now we have to talk about the color of the compounds which are made by alkali metals. So compounds which are made by alkali metals are usually white in color. This is because the alkali metal ion, which is formed by the excitation of after the removal of electron from the outermost orbit, has a noble gas configuration, and in it all the electrons are paired. So a very large amount of energy is required to unpair the electron, and because the large amount of energy is required to unpair the electron, that energy usually does not lie in the visible region of violet to red. That is why we do not see any colors in the compounds of alkali metals. When we talk about potassium dichromate and potassium permanganate, that is potassium dichromate has the formula K2Cr2O7 and potassium permanganate has the formula KMnO4. We see that the potassium dichromate is orange in color, it has a yellowish orange color, and potassium permanganate is violet in color. But these are also the compounds of alkali metals. The thing is, in these compounds the color is not because of potassium, the color instead is because of the ions which are present. That is, in this potassium dichromate we have Cr2O7 2 negative ion, and in potassium permanganate we have MnO4 negative ion. These are the reasons of the color, that is, the color is because of the dichromate ion and the manganate ion. Next we have to talk about hydration enthalpy. When an ionic solid is dissolved into water, what happens is the bonds in the ionic solid breaks and new bonds are formed between the water and the ions of the solid. So the energy which is released when new bonds are made between the ions and the water molecules is known as hydration enthalpy. Hydration enthalpies are always negative, not just for alkali metal ions, they are negative for all of the ions that we are going to talk about in further classes also. In this case, sodium, that is, if we take NaCl and we dissolve it into water, the bond between sodium and chlorine breaks and we get Na positive aqueous and Cl negative aqueous. The Na positive aqueous is stabilized because of the water molecules, that is, Na is positively charged and oxygen of the water molecule has a partial negative charge. So there is electrostatic interaction due to which energy is released, which energy is called hydration enthalpy. The hydration enthalpy of the metals, alkali metals, decreases down the group. This is because the hydration enthalpy depends upon the size, that is, hydration enthalpy is inversely proportional to the size. The hydration enthalpies decreases down the group. This is because the hydration enthalpy is inversely proportional to the size. That is, as the size increases, the hydration enthalpy is going to decrease. When we go from the top to the bottom, the size is going to increase, that is, cesium is much larger in size than lithium, and because cesium is much larger in size than lithium, so lithium is going to have a higher hydration enthalpy than cesium ion. So this is the order of the hydration enthalpy of the ions of alkali metals, that is, lithium ion has the highest hydration enthalpy, followed by sodium ion, followed by potassium, followed by rubidium, and then at last we have cesium ion. Lithium ion has such a high hydration enthalpy that lithium usually exists in the form of hydrated salts, like LiCl exists in the form of LiCl.2H2O. Hydration enthalpies of alkaline earth metals, that is, the group 2 elements, are much higher than the hydration enthalpies of alkali metals. This is because hydration enthalpy, along with depending upon the size of the ions, also depends upon the charge of the ions. Higher the charges on the ions, more will be a hydration enthalpy, and we know that alkaline earth metals have 2 units of positive charge. Alkali metals have just 1 unit of positive charge on them. So the alkaline earth metal ions have a higher charge, so they have a higher hydration enthalpy. This is why your salts of calcium and magnesium exist as MgCl2.6H2O and CaCl2.6H2O, while NaCl and KCl do not make hydrated salts. Now we have to talk about ionic mobility. Ionic mobility is inversely proportional to the size of the ions in aqueous medium. That is, larger the size of the ion in aqueous medium, lesser will be its ionic mobility. The size of ions in water is the lithium ion is the most hydrated in water. So, it has the highest size or the largest size, because lithium, even though it has the smallest size, it is the most hydrated. So, it is surrounded by the most number of solvent molecules. So, its effective size is larger than that of cesium size, which even though is a large, its large atom is surrounded by very less water molecules. So, the effective size of lithium is higher than the effective size of cesium in the water, and because the effective size of lithium is higher than the effective size of cesium in water, the ionic mobility of lithium is the lowest and the ionic mobility of cesium is highest in water.